Merry Christmas, everyone! Welcome back to Untamed Chaos. So this is kind of a Christmas episode for Untamed Chaos, or slightly Christmas themed, because when I was looking at the dates things would go up, it turned out this episode was set to go up on Christmas, so I thought, why not making a bit Christmas themed? Not too much, just a bit though. So pretty much my plan for this episode, or the Christmas part anyway, is to open some presents. So over the past week I've been working on stuff that I kind of mentioned in the episodes earlier this week, and one thing I worked on was the grinder, and as you can look in here, I killed a lot of wither skeletons, so much that I had so many necrotic bones and wither skulls, they would not fit in this chest anymore, so I had to move most of them out. But in the process, I also got a lot of loot. Specifically, I got the Thaumcraft treasure bags and some winter gifts from Lycanite here. So I plan to be opening these episodes as, you know, kind of like opening Christmas presents as the Christmas part of this episode. But there's a few other things I want to do as well. So pretty much the things I did off camera, or the things to note, were the Nether Grinder, some tools that leveled up, and oh, I also fixed the ender chest in here from the other episode, so I can open it now. It uses micro blocks on it. And yeah, the other thing is I enchanted more books. So first let's start by going to the Nether Grinder so I can show you the changes there. So I realize it's been a while since I've been to this place, so in case you're not familiar with this is my nether outpost, sort of. It's kind of a small outpost, but this is where I have a wither skeleton, spawner, grinder, whatever you want to call it. So here I have my portal, not much here in this room. I did add some ethereal glass here, just in case some nether mobs could somehow get on the top here, but this is the top, not much really here. And if we come down the ladder, we have my wither grinder. So pretty much what I do for a wither grinder is that I have some withers or some skeleton spawners, but when you place them in the nether, they become wither skeleton spawners, so I can spawn wither skeletons and then kill them for the skulls. And I've also been using this to trade up my tools because, well, this is the only grinder I have, so it's a good place to grind levels, level tools, and such. And if I just, there we go. Sometimes they get stuck on top because they spawn on the bottom spawner into the top one. I'm not sure what I can really do about that, but yeah. So the changes here, originally I only had one skeleton spawner. Now I have, whoa, that's a leg spike, but now I have 8. So that's a pretty big upgrade. I also had to expand the room a bit. I think I did change the walls a bit, or I was using a lot of different blocks before, so I kind of centralized it to just a few types of blocks now. So, I don't know, it just kind of might look a bit better. I could actually fly in here. I left this open just because I know skeletons got stuck on top, so I come up here and shoot them off. Just because if you have a whole bunch of skeletons near the spawners, it reduces the spawn, or how many they spawn. And I also made the conveyors black because I had enough dyes for that. Oop. Yeah, they can shoot me. So if you come down here, I have it set up so you come here and there's a whole bunch here, and now there's a lot more than before. But as I mentioned in the other episode, this sword is about ready to turn Grandmaster. It's just a few experience off. So if I just go, ta-da! So now the sword is maxed out, it's Grandmaster, and one of the things I want to do this episode was upgrade this as well as the other tools. So yeah, I don't think I really have much more to show you here, so let me just head back to the base and then I can go over all the tools that got modifiers and modify the ones that need it, so yeah. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier in the episode, while grinding on the withers at the spawner there, a few of my tools did level up and get some random modifiers and modifier slots, so I made a note of all of them, so I can just go over them real quickly. So I leveled up the cleaver. I was trying to get it to a Grandmaster, but I just didn't have enough time, but I am working on Grandmaster for that. I'll probably get it sometime off camera in the future. Anyway, so it got one open modifier, or one extra modifier, and it also got a lifesteal, so now it's lifesteal 2, or necrotic 2, so that's pretty good. I wish I got more beheading. It never got beheading as its random modifier, unfortunately, but it's still a pretty good cleaver. And let's see, the lumber axe actually got one too. I don't have that one on me. Oops, that's actually here. So the lumber axe here, it got, let's see, it got, what did it get? It got haste. It got some more redstone on it and an extra modifier slot. I'm not going to be upgrading that one this episode though, because it really doesn't need it. But I had to gather some wood, or I prepared some wood for the base renovations. I ended up not using it. So that's why I got a few modifiers. The crossbow here, it got moss, so now it's moss 2, and an extra modifier. I'll talk a bit more about the crossbow in a second though. And this is Grandmaster now, by the way. Because it's made with slime, it leveled really quick. Way quicker than the boats anyway, because they're made of manulin. And let's see. The bolts are the final thing that got a level besides the sword I just leveled right there. So the bolts got some interesting modifiers to say the least. They got lifesteal, knockback, and 2 open modifiers. Now the knockback is kind of annoying. That was its final modifier. It still does have 1 more tier to go to Grandmaster. Once again, it's one of those things I was working at slowly because I only have 219 bolts there at maximum. So pretty much I'd just have them on my inventory or hotbar and let them recover over time. Same with the shurikens. I don't think the shurikens actually leveled though, because they just need a lot of experience to level. But pretty much I was just going to the grinder, shooting the bow at the skeletons, and then throwing the shurikens. Once I ran out of all of them, I come back to the base, do some stuff, wait for them to replenish, go back and get some more. But yeah, so I would like to upgrade the sword and the bolts here with some quartz, and I also would like to upgrade the cleaver beheading. But I also want to talk about some of my test tools. So pretty much when I was using the crossbow here, that's the word, I realized that slime stuff levels really quickly. So I thought I'd make a couple test rapiers here, just to see how quickly I could level it up. As you can see, both of these are Grandmaster, and my results I found were pretty interesting. So you can see the modifiers on them. The random modifiers on this were beheading, necrotic, and knockback. I put the quartz on it myself, so it would have increased damage, and it has all 3 of its open modifiers still. Now, even though I made this with these parts here, I can swap out the parts, so it doesn't really matter that I gave it a slime sword blade. But the thing I found is that just by adding extra damage to it, it increases the experience you need, which is something I really just like about the mod here. Because, I don't know, I feel like if you add extra modifiers to make your tool better or upgrade the parts to make it quicker, you should have faster experience. But instead, the mod increases the experience because you get faster experience, which just seems a bit backwards to me. So I tried making a paper rapier here. And I found something very interesting. This just got beheading and necrotic too, and it has a whole bunch of modifiers because it's paper. But the interesting thing I found is that I'm not sure it's just with rapiers, but a broken tool can still get an experience. And because it's made of paper, it required very low experience to level up. So I'd only deal 1 damage, and I didn't put quartz on it because it would up the experience needed. So even broken, I still dealt 1 damage because of the armor piercing the rapier, I assume. Maybe all broken tools just deal 1 damage. I don't know. So pretty much it broke after its like first level, but then I just was sitting there swinging it, you know, like this. It was still broken the whole time, but it still got experience and turned Grandmaster. So I don't know. I might make some more tools like that off camera. You know, I mentioned how I made these tools and was going to level them up, but you know, there's a lot of different tools I can make. Here's some of the old ones I had, that the magical wood and whatnot. So I can make a lot of different tools, and I might just want to make some good ones, or make a whole bunch and try leveling up just to get good modifiers, because if I could get one like this with all necrotic, that would be amazing, because rapiers are very good with necrotic because they have armor piercing, so I'd be able to armor pierce and constantly heal myself with it, so that would be a really cool weapon. As these are at the moment, they're not bad. You know, having 1 beheading on it's not bad, but I don't know, so that's something I might do more off camera, just make some tools and level them up on my spare time, and then I'll mention them in the episode, like, hey, I got this cool new sword I can start using, sort of thing, or cool new pickaxe, or whatever I decide to make. But, yeah. So I want to grab this stuff, and the other thing I had to mention with the tools here is the crossbow. The crossbow's max, there's nothing more I can do with it. Like, it has 2 open modifiers, but there is nothing I can add to improve it as a crossbow. Because I was looking into it, and its draw speed is already maxed out. It cannot go quicker than 1/4 of a second, or 0.25 seconds. That's as good as it can get. It already has looting on it. It already has flux. It already has moss even. So aside from adding more moss, there's nothing I can do. And because it has flux, it really doesn't need moss. So, yeah, but the other modifiers, like quartz only increases its melee damage. It won't increase its range damage. The same thing goes for beheading, knockback, fiery, and lifesteal. They only work for melee. So if I went to whack someone with the crossbow like this, it would work. So the only thing that might be worth adding is like knockback. So if someone gets close, I can just whack it with the crossbow and knock it back, then shoot it. But I don't know, at the moment, there really isn't much I can do to improve this crossbow, which is kind of weird, but yeah, it is what it is. So first I want to take the cleaver here and add some more beheading. So now it's beheading 7? I think it was 6 before. I was thinking it would be 8 now, but it's only 7. And it still does get 1 more, its Grandmaster modifier, as well as It's not chapel modifier, I believe, so I still can add something else if I really wanted, like damage or such, but since it's really just meant for getting skulls, I don't see much else to do besides beheading, and keep in mind the tooltip there for its chance to behead is inaccurate because I tweak the chances in Iguana tweaks. So, yeah. And the other thing is the sword and bolts. So let me just look at the damage. This is 24 and this is plus 8. So plus 24 and plus 8. Let me apply the quartz and then we'll see how much damage I gained. Okay, so I add the extra quartz modifiers to the sword and bolts here, and now the sword is 27 attack damage, so it got a 3 damage increase, and the bolts here are 12, so I got a plus 4 damage increase. So combined with the crossbow's base 13 damage it appears to be, so combined with the 13 damage there, these now deal a lot of damage. Let me see, that should be 25. So it should one-shot like all vanilla mobs now. Before it didn't, it was just shy of it. So, or I think it was just shy of it. Either way, it's really good now. And I believe both of these, well, this still has its Grandmaster modifier, which will up its damage, I think, by another 2. Yeah, it should be 2, so it should be 14, but both of these also should be able to use this modifier. I don't really want to check right now. So, yeah, that's it for the Tinkerer's Tools stuff in this episode. I don't know, I just wanted to kind of keep that brief. The other thing to note is enchanted books. So I kind of mentioned in the other episode how I forgot I was even kind of showing it, but I do have some new enchanted book stuff. So this is the base book chest. I have a whole bunch of books here. I have some just random spare enchantments as well as combination books of usually not that good enchantments. But these are all the spare enchantments I have that I can put on armor and stuff that are max tier over here anyway. And those are some combination books that could actually be useful. So over here though, I have all the books I have to clone. So let's just go through them real quick. I have all the armor enchants, or most of the armor enchants anyway, including haste. I have a lot of sword enchants. I forget which one I'm missing there, but I am missing one, or I wouldn't have left a space there. I have looting, educational, execution, a whole bunch of really cool ones. I have the bow enchantments. I have like all the bow enchantments now, or not all of them. There's probably a few I'm missing. I don't have many of the tool enchantments, but I do have a harvest, which is really cool. Probably not that useful since I have Tinkerer's Tools, but still kind of useful or cool to have. I have Luck of the Sea. I have fuel efficiency, repair, disarm, capitalist, and here are some enchantments that aren't their max tier. I have them over here in case I get more. I can combine the books because, yeah, this is more meant for just for like the max tier books so I can clone them so I never run out of that enchanted book. But there are a couple that I would like to use. They are fuel efficiency, haste, and I believe I have agility. So I want to clone all these books, and what they do is haste makes it so I run quicker. Now I can't apply enchantments to this, but I can apply them to my flex legs. So here's all the enchantments I can get any eye. And from what I remember, all agility does is it gives you a chance to dodge attacks, so occasionally if something would hit me, it won't. I never really understood exactly how it worked, but yeah, it should be worth adding anyway. And while I can't add enchantments to those boots, I can add to these boots here. And what haste does is that's its max tier from Thaumcraft, and it makes you run faster. So when I have these boots on, I'll run faster, which is cool. I don't know, I really would like to stop having to use free runners and just switch to other boots at some point. I just really like their fall damage immunity. And the other thing is my jetpack here. So fuel efficiency is an enchantment only for jetpacks, and it makes them more fuel efficient. I'm not sure how it really works, but I assume it just means I use less RF, so I'm just going to put on the jetpack. And if worse comes to worse, I should be able to put the jetpack in the Enchantville and just strip its enchantments. If not, I can always go into creative and just throw out that jetpack and spawn me a new one, because that's how it should work, but I don't know. I don't like using creative, I don't have to. But that would be something I'd probably try off camera just to be safe, because stuff with RF sometimes doesn't play nice with other mods. Anyway, I need to get to level 40 to clone each of these books, so yeah, let me just grind up these levels with the ore berries, or quickly get the levels like this, and then I'll clone each of these books, and then we can apply them to the items, so yeah. Okay, so I cloned the books I needed, so now let's just put them on the armor. So there's a fuel-efficient jetpack, getting a few more levels here. Agile leggings, and lastly we just need a few levels here, and ta-da, haste on the boots. So now here's my normal walk speed. If I put these on, I can't right click put these on because I already have boots. Okay, here's my normal walk speed, and so this is a fair bit quicker. Okay, that was also normal walk speed under the speed buff, but still, these are a fair bit quicker. This is when I'm sprinting. So pretty much I now walk at sprint speed, it looks like. So yeah, these are pretty cool boots. So I'll just put these back on for the moment. I might need to switch back to my other armor in a minute though. So yeah, also I put the axe in here because I have the other axe here and this hotbar was full. So yeah. Anyway, so now to the final thing in this episode, which is opening up all these gifts. I should probably put this stuff away first and put this back here like this. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open all the common ones here, then the uncommons, then the rare, and I'll put all the loot in here as well. How about I actually just... Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open all these because this is all I do to open them. And yes, I'm going to do that. And actually, how about I get a new chest? Let me just grab some chests from here. I should have some basic chests. So, okay. So out here, I'm going to have one here, and one here. So I'll put all the common loot. Actually, I might need bigger chests. Either way, I'll put all the common loot in this one, and then I'll show you that. Then I'll start opening the uncommon loot, come back and show you that, then so on. So yeah. Okay, so I did swap out the chest because, yeah, normal chests would not be big enough. But here's all the loot from all those common treasure bags, or whatever you want to call them. Loot bags, treasure bags. Let's see, the enchantment here. And a whole bunch of different potions. So, also a lot of ender pearls. I did not think I'd have that many ender pearls. I guess I don't have that much of a shortage, especially with the plants. I thought I'd have a lot less. And, thanks to that Thaumcraft villager, that's what I'm looking for. These will be very useful. And I think I just consume these for aspects. So, if you see on the bottom there, I just have a whole bunch of them. So yeah, unfortunately I also have a lot of mundane builds. I really need to add like a recipe to turn these back into leather or something. I just have way too many. I'll put that in the notes of things to do. Anyway, now I'm going to open all the uncommon ones, and I think I actually got more uncommon than common, which is kind of weird. I don't know, I guess it's because Wither Skeletons have a higher chance to give higher loot bags, or a higher chance of uncommon than common. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do the same thing as before and just do this, open up all of them, and put all the loot in this chest, and then come back to show you. Okay, so the uncommon loot bags had so much stuff, I had to get another chest just to put it all in. But if you look in here, here's the loot I got from that. Only one enchantment book still. Is that the same as the other one? Huh, weird. So, one enchantment book, a knot chapel, which is pretty cool. And some of the more advanced rings and stuff. So I guess the low tier bags just don't have a very good chance of them. A lot more ender pearls as well, and some armor. I don't think any of these have really good enchantments though, but if they do, I can always strip them off. And, that's still going from last time on the bottom there. And the stuff in here is just some, well, more stuff. Not really that much interesting. Ooh, a mending enchantment. I already have that, though, but interesting. So, yeah. So, I think it's time to do the rare ones. And because there's only 14 of these, how about I just open them without cutting? So, and ta-da. And, oh. So, yeah. Oops. Wrong axe. Okay, there we go. And what is that? I never saw that before, or I might have, or is that used for crafting, or what? I have no idea. My NEI is not showing me anything on it. It might be something I eat, but I don't want to eat something called a primordial pearl, because, yeah. Also, it's called Eldritch Object there, and I know that's related to warp, so I don't know. It might be useful. I'll have to look into that off camera. We also got another star from that, and some other resources, a lot more potions, yada yada yada. Pretty high feather falling on that, but besides the primordial pearl, not that much is really that interesting there. So the last things I have here are the presents from Lycanite here. They're not just from Lycanite's mods, but yeah, I could pretend I don't know what's in these. But I know what's in these because pretty much last Christmas was when I was actually making Untamed Chaos, you know, this mod pack here. And I was doing a lot of testing at that time, so I got a lot of these as drops when I was testing the mod pack because Lycanite was already in. You know, that was before, in January is when I was really trying to quickly get it done, but in December was more like the testing period of trying out different mods. So I know that these can be not so nice. I also know that they can, well, pretty much be hostile. So what I want to do is I want to head to a nice empty open field. Actually, there is a nice empty open field over that way. Yeah, let's head to that one. I was going to head to the tower, but this one seems nicer. So we have a nice empty open field here. Far enough away that any damage would not be done to the base. And we can open the gifts. But I just want to take a couple precautions. There we go. Just in case. Just in case. So I know these can give good stuff. Oops. When I say good, I mean not life-threatening stuff, but
Good tidings I bring for me.
Yeah, that's what these do. Or they have a lot more of that than good stuff, so let's see. Santa.
Good tidings I bring for me.
Oh god. Darn reapers. So pretty much it spawns different seasonal theme version of some Lycanite's mobs, and it also does have a chance to give the good stuff, so let's see if I can try and get one of each.
Here's your present.
Okay, so that's the good stuff. Some food, some emeralds, some burgers. Okay, Rudolph, the Bloodstained Jabberwock, I think is the full name. There are some Christmas-themed events or seasonal events as well, but I don't have events enabled in Lycanites because they can get a bit annoying, so I'm not seeing any of them. But these presents only drop around the Christmas time. There is also a large Winter's Day gift. Let me just search gift. No, I don't think so. I guess it's only the winter. Oh, no, there is a large winter one. There was a Halloween tree. That's what I thought it was. So, yeah, I only can get those on Christmas itself. I don't know. Maybe I will try and play on Christmas just to get a few so we can open in the next episode. Or maybe not the next episode. I might actually record the next episode before Christmas, but either way. So,
Good tidings I bring for me.
So, yeah, this is going to probably get a bit repetitive, so I don't know. Let me just try and open the main few.
Here's your present. Here's your present. Here's your present.
Wow, I'm getting lucky. I know there's a few others. Oh!
Good tidings I bring for me.
His profile picture looks a lot different on Twitter. Anyway, I hope that dissipates. Yeah, it does. Because that would spawn stuff. Frosty fur. Huh. So a lot of different Lycanite-related things.
Here's your present.
Moss pie.
Good tidings I bring. Here's your present.
The sound clips are kind of overlapping. I wonder... I don't know. I would try and turn them off if I knew where they're from, but...
Here's your present. Here's your present.
Huh. Oh, here's one of the other ones. Salty Tree.
I bring.
So, since I think I've seen all of them now, I think those were all of them anyway that I remember from last year. I don't know, there could be some new ones. If there is a new one I don't recognize, I'll just cut and show you that. But, yeah, now let me just power through and open all these, and I'll show you when I'm done. So, yeah. Oh, God! Big salty tree! Right when I say that. So, yeah, now I'm going to cut and show you all the loot when I'm done. Okay, so I have one present left here, and it is... Oh, good, actually, it's a present, not another mob. So I put all the stuff here in my Tinker's knapsack, but I think that gives you a good idea of all the loot. I got a good bit of ender pearls, a decent bit of diamonds, gold. Yeah, pretty decent loot, I'd say, or at least the gifts weren't that mean, or... They could have been worse anyway. At least nothing actually killed me. Or I actually did realize if I stand over here, I am in range of my beacons over here. Or those beacons, you can see the buffs there. So I try to open most of them here. I'd open like 5 or so, kill the mobs that spawned, open another 5 or so. So it went pretty well. Ow. Whew, that was close. So, yeah, I'm going to grab another obsidian chest and put all this stuff in here. And then I can wrap up the episode. So, yeah, 1 second. Okay, so here's all the loot for the winter's gifts, and, you know, when you compare it to the Thaumcraft stuff, yeah, it seems like Thaumcraft's a lot nicer than Lycanite is, but I don't know, it's still not bad, and, I know some of these foods can be really good, like moss pie. Is this the full version? Oh, it turns back to cooked aspen meat. But yeah, this is the, like, prepared version, the higher-end meal. So these have really good buffs, so I expect some of these will be nice. And can you turn some of these into, like, a superfood? Oh, it's the battle breed I'm thinking of with the lower stuff. So I could even turn these back into the normal versions and then make the really good food. I don't know, something I'll look into off camera. But, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed going over the Tinker's tools and mainly opening the presents, or the gifts, or whatever you want to call them. But, yeah, hopefully you had a bit nicer of gifts this Christmas than I got from Lycanite. So, yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Once again, wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that stuff. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Until next time, goodbye.